All right. So I have Pill on my screen. You're seeing him now. I have Pill on my screen. Uh, but I don't really have an issue with Pill at all. No, a lot of people they they think that Pill should have died. But people at this point, I think that you guys are maybe either slow or whatever, because even though I point out issues with the story, Pill's survival is not one of the issues. Pell's survival shouldn't be used as the poster child for the fake out death problem that we have in the series, because Pell is an actual zone, and Pell isn't a common, like, you don't really see zones like Pell's kind that much in the series. But regardless of that, we know that zones are tanks, so Pell shouldn't. The argument that a lot of even popular YouTubers use, where they're like Pell should have died and blah 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 blah. No, Pell is a tank, and um yeah, but in terms of, I guess I guess things that weren't done that well in the series, I would probably say fake out deaths. Yeah, Conus' dad, that guy, there's no argument at all for why that guy shouldn't have died. He's just a regular old frail dude, and he took like thousands or hundreds of thousands of bolts off lightning and was still fine afterwards with no explanation. And the worst moment, probably the worst moment in the entire series, was Kinemon surviving Kaido's stab. And one of the best moments in the entire series for me was, um it's actually the saddest moment for me. No, I've had, um there are a few death scenes that I would say are like the saddest in all of fiction that I have seen, that brought me to tears. Ace's death was one of them, and it wasn't necessarily the death itself. The Ace getting killed was shocking, but it's really Luffy's reaction afterwards that really made me cry, made me tear up. Apart from Ace, this isn't really One Piece related, but outside of that, the saddest death scenes that I can remember right now, there's a character from the L Word. I need to go back and watch that series because I stopped at a certain point, and then before I knew it, years went by and I didn't. So I may need to rewatch that, which means that I'm gonna have to relive that very, 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 very sad death scene. Um, I guess you can skip these next 30 seconds if you don't want to get spoiled on L Word. I guess it's been done for several years. But I think her name was Dana, if I'm not mistaken. Like, her death was really, really, like, whoa. Tony Stark from Endgame, even though I was kind of spoiled on that still made me tear up. And I don't want to just randomly spoil stuff from everyone, because you came here for everyone, because you came here for One Piece. So I don't just want to spoil stuff like that. But yeah, there's a death from a couple other things, but those are the ones that I want to mention here. So Dana and Ace, the Naruto Shippuden had one as well, one of the senseis. No, it's not the one that you think. It's not the one that is connected to Naruto. It's not that one that I found sad to the point of tearing up over. But yeah, so I think that this was brilliantly done, because came out of nowhere, and Oda actually did something that I think that the way Ace's death scene was done, maybe may subconsciously be why I write the way that I do at times, and why I'm thinking of some uh tragic moments the way that I am, because I I have a series. You guys should be seeing them wherever you are by 2026. But basically, the way Oda, here's how Oda handled Ace's death, his whole scene, right? So Ace was about to get executed. Luffy saves him. So you get the main character's goal of freeing his brother, right? That is accomplished. So Ace is free, and then what happened? Main character is in trouble. Ace sacrifices himself. Ace dies. So that strategy of writing is something that I'm not sure if this is where it came from for me. Maybe it did subconsciously or not. But what I'm getting at is you build up a the chance of something tragic happening to a character, right? You let them escape the immediate danger. So the tragedy is now seemingly gone. It's gone. And you then afterwards, because you still want to have the emotional impact, you still feel that story wise the character has to die. You let another tragic event out of nowhere, another tragic device is what I should say, out of nowhere, come in and claim that character. So by doing that, you kind of you you shock the audience. And then, oh, I remember another death scene that I wanted to mention. Spoilers for Game of Thrones, but Rob Stark in Game of Thrones, that was another one where it's like even when they were betrayed and they were dying, it, when his mom started begging for his life, you kind of had it's a lesser version to what Oda did, because that sort of seemed like it was the escape tragedy thing being implemented, and then no, you're still going to die. So I think that's one of the best moments. A few other things that I want to mention very quickly in regards to the best parts of One Piece. And I want to talk about, I don't want it to be just sad stuff. So I'm going to say that the dynamic between Luffy and Usopp, the all of the all of the chill moments when they're just on the ship. I remember there's a scene with Usopp, Luffy, and Karu. They were using Karu as bait. I don't remember if Chopper was there too. They were using Karu as bait, and then Vivi just snapped at them. That was funny. Those are some of the best moments for me. There's a lot of best, way more best than worst moments in the series. But how about you guys? What was some of your best moments? What's some of your worst moments in the series? Peace.